At last I can also go right now and form the British Empire. Before we start, remember that you can subscribe to this channel to get notified about all the future videos and obviously support us growing. In the first video of my England campaign, I promised you to do another episode if you hit 3000 likes. We did it very easily, so thank you so much and welcome to another video. As you remember, our goal is to dominate the whole Western Europe. That's what we pretty much did already. Go colonial and go ultra tall. Some of this strategy has to be a little changed because Paradox just released a new patch that is nerfing centralized monarchical bureaucracy. So instead of centralizing a state refining 100% of the cost, it's refining 50%. So it's useless for us. Instead of that, as soon as I get 50 reform progress, I will go and switch for the reform progress growth instead. I also got a lot of comments. Ooh, Zlewikk, you should go for the Burgundy. Okay, guys, I mean, I don't really care. I don't need Burgundy, but I'll do it for you guys. So as you know, when the Duke of Burgundy dies, so this guy over here, there's an event. And depending on the setup around Burgundy, there can be different nations getting a union over them. In our case, for me as an England to get union over Burgundy, they need to have a negative opinion of Austria and France. France cannot be a subject, so we already did dissolve this part. And we need to ally Burgundy, which will not be easy because they hate my guts after all of these wars. But I'm gonna right away start improving relations with them to achieve that. Also, as we PU'd, because we not only got Aragon, we also got Navarra, which is absolutely useless for us. And this is why I'm gonna simply go and cancel the PU, because they're just taking my relations slots right now. Abandon the Persian Union, that's destroying relation, doesn't matter. It's taking 25 prestige. It matters a little bit, but I'm gonna get this prestige back to 90 very quickly. Well, I improved relations with Burgundy as much as possible. It's 88, well 90 if I improve it by 3 more. And it's not enough to get the regular marriage. We could try attacking one of his allies in order to break their alliance, but that's not something that we can really do. They need less relations, that's the issue. What if I attacked Friesland? That would break my alliance with Austria. No, I prefer alliance with Austria. Unless I mean, I don't need them that much. I could pause my alliance with Austria, you know, to get Burgundy and then re-ally Austria later. They're not like also a must-have. I can ally Poland instead of them. That's a tough choice. You know what? We have to try it. Right, I'm gonna take the risk. Break our alliance with Austria temporarily. Don't worry, Austria. I will re-ally you later. Could have used the favors first. Yes, the relations is 300. They still love me. I'll probably improve these relations as well, just to be sure. For now, give me your manpower. I keep improving my income. For that, it will be important to build a flagship. It's gonna be a heavy ship with trade ship with morale engagement with. So I'll be invincible in the navy, as well as some additional trade ships to get up to the force limit. I'm wondering, what if I change advisor here to diplomatic reputation, which will help me? No, the trust is not helping at all. It's all because of the trust. And they are freaking threatened attitude instead of friendly. That's why I started building Spanish on Friesland, because I'm really willing to fight Austria in one war in order to break alliances of Burgundy, in order to get alliance with them. You can see when I declare the war on Friesland, they are not directly allied to Burgundy, but I can call Oldenburg as a cold agent, which will get Burgundy the war. The numbers in the war will be very close, and it will be mostly my personal unions, so we will need to be very cautious about this war, and I might end up using mercenaries. Just look what is happening on the north. We need to piece out Burgundy separately, then we need to piece out Austria separately, then the war is won. Okay guys, perfect. I got Nivernais, I've got Dijon, and now it allows me to go and break relations between Burgundy and Palatinate. Check. I need to break relations between Oldenburg and Burgundy, and then we will be able to just get out of this war at last. Oh boy, Henry 654. Okay guys, what if I try giving Burgundy back their core in Franche-Comté and then piecing this out? Mr. Burgundy, do you love me now? Oh, come on. Why wouldn't you love me? We are getting there, look. It's purely about trust now. And now the allied Brittany. They're gonna keep... No, I think it's just a waste of time, honestly, that I'm doing here. But anyway, I don't have anything better to do. My expansion is dropping. And I will be killing Brittany soon. Why? I don't have exploration ideas. I have good relations with Portugal, which I can use to my own advantage. So for example, get maps of the Caribbeans. Yeah, I see, that's not gonna be that easy. What about, okay, the West African seas, they're gonna accept. So at least we are getting more visibility over here. Remember, we also plan to go to India. Next influence ideas is diplomatic annexation cost. Can I see annexation cost of France for cooperation? No, I can only show you Scotland. Scotland is 620. With taking this idea, that's dropping already to only 447. I also got the amount of the relations, and I'll get even more relations soon, which I'll need for my diplomatic gameplay. Now, honestly, we have dropped our expansion, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack Provence to continue our expansion. Let's go for the conquest of and we will think how to use this war against them, how much we'll be able to take. Next debate is for inflation, to start dropping it, as well as interest per annum and paying less for my loans. And at the same time, I just remembered I was supposed to go for the reform progress here. At last I can go ahead and finish my innovative ideas, which is gonna be 3 policies right now, not useful, but it's gonna be extremely useful in a long term, and even more importantly, advisor costs. Right now, for level 3 advisor for admin, I'm paying only 3.9 ducats monthly. For this guy, it's only 1.9 ducats, so I can improve their level even higher. Also, as I finished admin ideas, let me go and focus on Diplo now to also finish influence ideas soon. I'm hitting the mill point cap. I have more than plenty to go with the mill technology. This is time for some deving. Just let's make sure burghers will be loyal first. So let me build a church over here, for which I need a lot of loan. But I need that church, but I'm gonna take the new mission, which will be for burghers, and once I get burghers loyal, we're gonna develop. For now, I can just go ahead and recruit 2 generals, which are pretty useful. Yeah, I broke the alliance with Austria, and what happened? They got attacked by the Ottomans pretty much immediately. I'll not help them now, we need to secure Burgundy first. As per plan, I'm gonna take Anjou to our own hands, and these 3 provinces will go to the hands of Aragon. On top of that, let's take full money that they're gonna accept. Check, the borders keep improving. I don't need a fort in Anjou, and we are just strengthening ourselves on the position of first great power. Without alliance, I managed to get 10 favors on Burgundy. Let me go and use these favors to increase our trust in them to 34, which is still super low, but it's getting us closer to make the alliance possible. What if I go and scornfully insult one of your rivals again? This time it's not gonna be Austria, it's gonna be Venice. Let me go ahead and scornfully insult them. So now Mr. Burgundy is 82.92. I would love to also send you some money, but yes, I can actually do that. Let's just save more ducats to improve that by another 25. And that's where we get the gift from the state, put into treasury. So now I can go and send them the maximum amount of money, which 89.92, where we can go for the diplomatic reputation advisor, which allows us to get an alliance with Burgundy, unless they change their mind in the last moment. Just please don't do that. Okay, there we go. Offer an alliance, and then we're gonna royal marry them, and the Fest of the Peasants doesn't matter. Then the moment we get the Duke of the Burgundy dice, we have the highest possibility in all of the countries in Europe to get them under our personal union. So let me just get the royal marriage, and now we pray for him to die. He's 54 years old. As told you, as soon as I finished the burgher mission, I have 64 of loyalty, so I can go ahead and start developing more provinces in the mainland with our middle points. So let's go ahead and spend mill points in maximum to each of the provinces, this way increasing our maximum power steadily. And what's this? That's another diplomatic relation, which is definitely something that we needed. We did not have to wait much. Burgundian succession, where among the possible options there went with England will defend us again. That makes them inherit all their subjects in the lowlands and become our personal union number 3. So now if we move to our players map mode, this is even more beautiful. Yeah, of course, big thanks for the guys in the comments that pretty much pushed me with their hard comments. Zlewikk, why didn't you do that? To make this work, so yeah, I guess I did not plan this, but you pushed me, so thank you. Now at this point, we're looking pretty good with this expansion. Let's just go and take down Brittany at last, because it was... oh, Pope. Do we have enough favors to break your alliance with Brittany? Please do, yes, there's no need to fight between us. And what's that? Asks for help from France. Yeah, sure, take this, no worries. And let's go ahead and attack Brittany with our subjects. Subjects can take care of them by themselves, look at the amount of the troops. But yeah, I'm gonna send some troops to deal with, first of all, these rebels. Because if these rebels enforce their demands, we lose the union. So deal with the rebels, then Brittany. Guys, look at that. Austria, if they rule dies, they'll get our... they will get our dynasty. And if that happens... we don't have an alliance, I'm not gonna retake it for now. If that happens, we'll be able to claim the throne and they get also union over Austria, which I also did not plan. I think Austria is out of the mind. They're getting the ass kicked by the Ottomans and now they request the lowlands. Screw you, no. I'm gonna go and get the Imperial Ban War. Like, I mean, if you want to fight with the Western Europe bloc, feel free to do so, Austria. In the meantime, we can just go ahead and fully annex Brittany, and these provinces are going straight into our hands. And that's a mission, which is Maritime Empire. That's Admiral and Permanent Claim on Gibraltar. And that's pretty lame, because this mission requires me to own the Gibraltar. But it doesn't count with it in the hands of my person Union Castile, so it's blocking my mission tree. And to conquer Brittany here is giving us a lot of claims on France. Now the question is, again, the same. I need to have it in my own hands to complete the mission. This is something that I love. Minus 20% against expansion impact for the next 10 years. Our case is just... also, I'm just gonna, you know, go and kill. Just give me money, give me more money, and we are all good, right? Just go and die to the Ottomans now. Our ruler just died, which is actually fine, not fine, because we didn't have consort. So if actual regency, right? If I wanted to declare war right now, we cannot do that because of the regency. But it's just how much? Less than 6 years of regency, then we get 654 ruler. I'm all fine with this. We're just gonna decrease the almost no expansion that we have, and then I will go for claims, but not mine. The Castilian claims on Naples. We're gonna go and clear them over there. Area to your mind. Shadows on the move. 5%. This area is gonna die. 95. We have a coup with 50 legitimacy lost. Oh my god. Screw you, game. What's that? I don't need this. And there's a disaster. Coup attempt. At least 100 legitimacy to stop it. If I get it, it's gonna be national under stab cost. You know what? I don't know how this coup attempt works. I mean, I have this mill point to stop it, right? The question is how you then get rid of this disaster. These bond minuses over here, they're not that bad. And if, let's say, they are until we get the ruler on the throne, can survive it. You know what? I might make a mistake, but I don't want to risk anything here. Just go and increase it and stop the coup patent. Meal points. I'll develop anyway later. I love this agenda. Introduce inflation below 5%. In exchange, I'm gonna get trade efficiency and monthly autonomy change. Our current inflation is 12.77. But I'm ahead in the admin tag. I have admin points. Let me just go ahead and start decreasing the inflation below 5, which gives me that right away, which increases my income pretty significantly. Ladislav Potomos of Habsburg just died. Did they get an heir in the meantime? They did! They did! 0 years old! So if the ruler died just a few months earlier, we would have our dynasty in the Austrian throne, but of course I'm not gonna freaking go and save scam it. It doesn't matter, the Austria is dead anyway. Protestant Reformation just started here. It's, I think, far away from us enough. Now we wait for Anglican. With Anglican, we're gonna go and try the new mechanics. Tier 4 guarantee form. We have a choice between Curia Treasury. We don't really plan to stay Catholic, so no. Seizing land from clergy does not kill religious rebels, and admin tech costs now. Expense temple rise. That's, I think, my favorite, where temples are given actual local tax modifier. Advisor cost for admin. This is equilibrium, and finally this one is for innovativeness gain. Also pretty useful, but it disables clergy state. So no, thank you. I'm gonna go for my favorite boy over here, and it's time to embrace more churches in the country. The Justice of Peace. For a little bit of darkness, I get innovativeness and stab cost state maintenance until the end of the game. Cool, but it's not like OP, or I get just the stability right now. And honestly, Stab costs, state maintenance. I don't think I really need this for myself. Let's go and take it. It's gonna be actually worth it in the long term. Told you, I don't really need exploration ideas. I will start with third idea, expansion, to go and conquer North America as well as going to Africa and India. Just for the maps, I have my good boy Portugal to give me everything. Henry Lancaster, look at our mana generation now. I can right away, Craven, doesn't matter. I can right away go and attack Naples for the conquest of Napoli, and I don't need Portuguese help here. We have like a huge vassal sworn to take care of this war. For this perfect moment, I can go ahead and finish my influence ideas, which unlocks me the policy for advisor cost and I guess expansion impact. So my advisors are even more cheap. Let's get this guy on level 4. And the Aggressive expansion impact is so low that if I wanted to go and piece out Naples right now, for all of these provinces I will just pay 55 Aggressive expansion. And I have to do that before 1500, because remember the bonus I got from the event is until September 1500. I need to use that for this particular peace deal. I think I have a lot of luck. Look at this heir. I'll have to disinherit him and look for someone better. Yeah, and that will require a lot of prestige fix. There we go, boys. For all of these provinces, 6 Aggressive expansion. Doesn't matter, Mr. Naples. Please go and give everything over here to Castile. Europe doesn't care. Guys, it's 1499. That means that we can already start annexing France. And this annexation is gonna take around 19 years unless we improve our diplomatic reputation. But I think we have a few ways to make it faster. I can go to nobility and I can take this beauty over here for the diplomatic annexation cost. This way is gonna finish in 1517, and I could also improve my diplomatic reputation by changing advisor, but for now I'm gonna keep the improved relations. Cardinal Scenes, that's a noble 444, but it's a Lancaster that will become an heir. I think this is fine. His stats are great, and the claim is gonna increase over time. The ruler is 17 years old. Birth of colonialism, of course, not in our country, but not so far away. It's actually in Castile. They are colonizing Castile. Why don't you share your maps with me? This is something that I don't like. I should be able to see what my freaking subjects is, right? Instead, I have to buy maps from Portugal. That's pretty late for this event. The last Justin tournament in 1500. That's 10% morale for 20 years. Totally worth it. As Austria is half dead, I can attack Empire right now without, you know, taking any responsibility for that, because Austria will not protect them. So we go and attack Lorraine, because I want to clear borders of Burgundy over here to connect the lands. Look, this state has like plenty of development. It's like 10, 12, 19, 10. And for full annexation, it's just 51, I guess, expansion. There will be some potential countries to join the coalition, but trust me, they will not join it. And if they join it, we don't care with our amount of the alliances. Just go and work on this nation here to get as much prestige as possible. That's plus 14 for us. Thank you so much. That's 23. That gives us mission for admin mana. I'm at admin points cap. And let's go and piece out Lorraine right now. Told you, Burgundy name placement is just far better now. Same for our players map mode. Age of Reformation just started, which means, 2 golden eras, which means that we have only one perk, which is Unify Culture that we are having. What else I could do? Convert provinces once the new religion comes, get the Anglican once it comes. Yeah, it's not that bad, and we can slowly wait for that. Convert another nation is gonna be also useful. Well, in the meantime, I think that's the moment to switch the advisor for improved relations to the diplomatic reputation to annex France faster. 1520, and I believe I don't have this modifier anymore, so I'm gonna retake it as soon as possible. I can right now also repay my last loan. That's for 3%, and I'm left with only 1% loans. We are also hitting the meal points cap. So we just go and get another leader. We are over the first limit, by the way, guys, which is fine. What I'm thinking about here is that in January I'm gonna take the Tech 9 on the military, because it's gonna be 10% cheaper than right now, and we're gonna get the innovativeness thanks to it. And at the same time, it just costs 600 points. Innovativeness is already at level 56. And I have 500 points to go and develop my provinces, which I'll not do probably until I get this guy's loyal for more dev cost. You know what I'm thinking about? We need just 4.5 more crown land to get the reform progress bonus. You know what? Let's just go for this. And go for burgers, yeah, why not? I can repay the loans. I also got 10,000 artillery in both of my normal stacks, it's 20-0-10, so they are good to fight, but more importantly, they are good to siege down provinces. This is the maximum bonus for the siege, 1507 plus 140%. I could take the admin technology already. And become Great Britain, but let's wait a little bit more for that. At the same time, we can go ahead for diplomatic reputation and annexation cost, so France is gonna be annexed in the next 9 years. No, Ottomans, are you attacking Naples? Oh, okay, Genoa. So he's conquering Crimea. I thought that he's taking care of Italy and taking my Naples. When is the truce with Naples ending, by the way? 7 more years. With the last repaid loan, there it goes. That's a cheaper advisor for remove inflation. That's gonna cost me absolutely nothing. That's this boy, right? 1.2 ducats monthly for level 3 advisor. I'm gonna have to outbrigade him. Now, these guys are also loyal, so I can go ahead and spend plenty of money on developing my provinces. Just take a look how I handle them. I'm not gonna spend diplo points because I'm annexing a vassal, but I'm gonna focus hard on admin and especially the mill points. I won't gonna bore you with developing. It's 45 crownland. I'm gonna start with this state and get all of the free provinces, all these free provinces to 20 development. And we've learned 500 mill points spent, 200 admin points. You can see this is already 51%. Why don't we go ahead and develop another state, which is gonna be this one. Now this is already 53%. Let's go ahead for another stage, which is gonna be this one. That's it. I dev this stage to 10 because I don't have that much mana. I spent most of my mill points, but remember how ahead we are over here. Now our current is already 56%, so I'm finally getting reform progress growth. As I'm about to take third idea group, which is gonna be colonization, I think that's the time to go and attack Norway for Faroe Islands as well as Iceland to get range for the North America. Let me just get my troops and ships ready for that action. Let's see, this war should be fairly interesting because if you take a look, you'll see that they actually have a similar amount of the troops to us. And they have Moscow on their side. That's not gonna be an easy war. I'm gonna focus on getting the war goal and winning battles, sieging down Denmark mainland. But I think even all the ships is gonna be tough, because if you take a look at the amount of the ships, okay, we have an advantage, but we don't have that many galleys. Regarding food, let's take a look. Heavy ships and galleys versus trade ships and heavy ships. And also transport ships, but this is fine. I have a flagship. I have heavy ship combat ability, and I have actually lower naval morale, so let's take a look how it goes for us. I believe we should be able to win that purely by heavy ships, but that seems to not be the case. It seems to not be the case. We lost this battle. I think I might need to build up some more heavy ships. Wait a second, what? Why is Moscow having promises here? Did he have a personal unit he inherited over mains? Like, what the hell? Mr. Danish fleet, let's try again. I think this time it should be a little bit easier for us. Especially that is, yeah, this is not a place for galleys to fight. Let me go now and blockade their capital and siege it down. I can also use this war to take trade power from nations like Bremen, which is gonna be extremely useful. And potentially there should be a nation where I should be able to enforce religion. Can finally also go ahead and embrace the institution, which will make me overflowing admin mana, but I can take the admin technology now for 756 points, which I'm gonna do, because after this one I'm gonna form Great Britain thanks to this. I'm gonna switch my focus to admin to generate 18 points monthly, and that will allow me to unlock, as promised, expansion ideas, especially the first one, which is +1 colonies, as well as land fire damage and marines force limit, which is my marines force limit now 18. Excellent, minister. Is that, yes, that's admin mana, which I'll need to complete my expansion ideas quickly. And that's also a new reform on tier 5. I can choose between 3 policies on admin, leader cost, advisor cost, or monarch administrative skill, and the cost of influence. Decrease influence of his state is something actually pretty useful. It's gonna cost money because it's corruption. No, what? No, let's go and scale even more bonuses to the advisor cost. I can go ahead and take this guy level 4, soon also this guy to level 4, and just run all of the advisors on level 5. From the word safe, I'm taking islands and 2 trade centers in Zlewikk. That's right now Denmark has. And a little bit of money. No, they don't want to accept any money. Just go for it. That's not a problem. Negotiate expansion. This is also gonna be a lot of trade part that I'll have in Zlewikk. Maybe not 43%, but because that was from this war, but probably like 20-ish. At last, I can also go right now and form the British Empire. Yes, please. From inherited of Scotland, and the borders are just absolutely beautiful right now. Of course, next step is to finish annexation of France, which will happen in just 2 years from now. Just I've lost the modifier here for the annexation cost, so let's maybe embrace it. Annexation of France is gonna end in a few months from now. That also gave me new ideas, and that's why France is gonna be annexed faster, because we have diplomatic annexation costs, as well as gov capacity, morale of navies, heavy ship compatibility, settlers increase, tariffs, tech costs, discipline, goods price modifier, marines force limit again, and the yearly navy tradition. There's also some missions that I have. It's North Sea Islands, that's naval attrition and claims on Greenland. Let's also choose the native policies, go for the assimilation bonus. And yes, what's my actual range right now? Colonial range, yes, I can go straight over here to the border with Micmac. And I can start also making claims on them. There should also go right now the month tick. France, stop developing your provinces. The developing provinces don't get annexed. See, it's decreasing. 99, yeah, let's wait a little bit more. Another month tick, 99.5. And annexation is a slow process. Thank you so much. Now Great Britain borders are even better. Of course, the next step will be to also eat Burgundy and Castile and Aragon to make it even better. But I can already become an empire, because our amount of development is already level of 1.1 thousand and already 1.2 thousand inside our subjects. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? It is absolutely beautiful. I also got enough gov capacity now to go and start stating these provinces from France. Just honestly, I think I'm gonna be over my gov capacity if I state everything, but I told you, I want to play super tall with all of these provinces, parts of my states. And let's just take a look. Yeah, I'm almost 200 over my gov capacity, so I can go ahead. Oh, it costed me like 10% crown land? Whoa, I did not expect that. Let's take gov capacity from these boys. We'll dev this back. In the meantime, I can just go ahead and sizzle to get 440, then we'll be developing to get it higher. Just right now, I fixed the gov capacity issue, and if we take a month tick to decrease the autonomy in these provinces, and we decrease this autonomy additionally manually, so let's just go and take this. You can see now that our income is 109, maximum power 80,000, and force limit is 108, and we are just getting started here. At last, a country that I can go and enforce legion on. Hamburg, force legion, take money, war reparations, peace out, thank you so much. And now we have 2 perks done in Age of Reformation. Third one will be joined Anglican. I'm just waiting for the event to fire. We are having all of the requirements fulfilled. Fully annexing Picardy is gonna cost me a lot of, I guess, expansion. Honestly, it's a little bit too much. I will not go that yellow. Let's just take one province, then later I'm gonna take the other province. This is fine. Just take it for ourselves. I wanted to just connect Calais with the other trains at last. Let me also go ahead for 1% loss from the burgers. That's gonna be like 1.5 thousand, 3,000 ducats. Let's just go ahead and spend it. Well, I'm gonna spend it on these 2 trade centers once I state them. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and get some more marketplaces. Let me just see if there are any, yes, good provinces that still need them, like this few. Invest into some manpower buildings with over 1k of manpower. Invest into some workshops, and I think even more importantly, invest into card houses. As you could see, I'm hitting the limit because of the amount of the states I'm doing, so right now this is gonna be far better. The creation of the London Stock Exchange, 1515. One stability, another 2,000, like some inflation and innovativeness, or... No. Give me money. We need money. Let's use that money to build even more card houses. We need card houses in every single province. I'm also preparing some additional troops to send to the new world, because we are about to start heavy conquest of it, and that's gonna be focus of the next episode. Okay guys, I think that's gonna be it. perfect borders. We're gonna be fixed once I start annexing Castile and Aragon, probably both at the same time. Then I'm gonna start annexing Burgundy. So in the next episode, you're gonna see beautiful Western Europe. At the same time, you're about to get Church of England, so you're gonna embrace the Anglican and the new mechanics over there. And I'm gonna fully go into the new worlds and getting plenty of coins over there to increase our income from 123 quickly to 500 and then 1000. So guys, if you'd like to see that in the next episode, of course leave a like on this video, because if you hit 3000 likes, this is what's coming. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel to get notified about these videos. And for today, thank you so much and see you soon.